Welcome to this week's edition of Endocrinology Updates, covering the latest breakthroughs. Brought to you by LucidQuest. CuraTeQ Biologics has announced a major step forward for its denosumab biosimilar, BP16. In a Phase 1 pharmacokinetic study involving 204 healthy volunteers, the biosimilar demonstrated bioequivalence to the reference drug Prolia. This positions India as a key player in the global biosimilar development landscape. The International Diabetes Federation has launched a global clinical practice recommendation for the management of type 2 diabetes. The guidelines emphasize personalized care approaches and cover glycemic targets, pharmacologic therapies, and cardiorenal comorbidities. With over 589 million adults affected globally, this represents a critical resource for clinicians worldwide. New cardiovascular outcomes data from the SOUL trial confirm that oral semaglutide reduces major adverse cardiovascular events by 14% in patients with type 2 diabetes. Notably, the reduction reached 27% in Asian participants. The benefit was seen both with and without concomitant SGLT2 inhibitor use. EMA and FDA reviews are currently in progress. The IDF's Kids program has been relaunched on a global scale, promoting diabetes awareness and healthy living in school environments. The initiative has reached over 687,000 children across 21 countries. Newly developed educational resources were introduced at the IDF 2025 Congress. Real-world data on tirzepatide use reveals slower dose escalation compared to clinical trials. The study, focused on obesity care, reports a 55% adherence rate and 54% persistence. The delayed uptitration may affect treatment outcomes outside of controlled trial settings. New research on bone regeneration reveals sex-specific differences at the cellular level. Male and female cells produce distinct types of cartilage during healing, which could influence the design of personalized bone implants and regenerative therapies in the future. Glucosamine supplementation may reduce the risk of diabetic nephropathy in individuals with type 2 diabetes. A study using UK Biobank data linked glucosamine use to a 13% lower risk of kidney disease. These findings suggest a potential renal protective effect for this common joint supplement. Poland now reports the highest increase in type 1 diabetes incidence in Europe. An estimated 1 in every 200 to 250 children in the country is affected. The data underscore the importance of early screening and public health education to address this rising trend. A novel protein discovery may redefine treatment for insulin-dependent diabetes. Researchers at the University of Geneva have identified S100I9, a protein that may reduce or replace insulin requirements and prevent diabetic ketoacidosis. The approach holds promise for people with type 1 diabetes and severe insulin deficiency. In preclinical research, the CDK5 inhibitor Blink11 has demonstrated the ability to reverse both hyperglycemia and cognitive decline in diabetic mice. By targeting neurodegeneration, this compound could emerge as a dual-action therapy for patients with type 2 diabetes experiencing neurological complications. The Dexcom G7 continuous glucose monitoring system has received FDA clearance for 15-day wear. The system offers improved accuracy, extended duration, and seamless integration with Apple Watch. Studies show that pharmacist-led CGM programs using Dexcom G7 contribute to meaningful reductions in A1C levels. Stay ahead in endocrinology research. Like, share, and subscribe for weekly updates. Visit www.lqventures.com or email us at info@lqventures.com for expert healthcare consulting. See you next time.